Hey people, figured I'd come on and tell you something now so that when November 8th comes along, you'll know. If come November 8th, the American people give the Republican the majority of the House and the Senate, and especially if they give them the super majority so that there is no ability for filibusters for bad bills, that will be my last election that I voted. Because just face it, if you're not willing to give the Democrats the same supermajority you gave the Republicans and see where they go with that, then you're not really interested in a democracy. Because let's just face it, since before Trump hit office, the Republicans have been pushing to something other than a democracy. When Trump got in, they pushed even harder. When you can have a party voting or filibustering bill after bill after bill that is meant to help the people through the pandemic, through the inflation we have, and you can have them Republicans filibustering bill after bill after bill and worshiping a president who was more interested in giving over $1 billion to the rich in tax breaks and nothing to the poor, then what you are wanting is not a democracy. You are wanting an autocracy. Because that's where Trump and the Republicans have been sending us. If you want our weather to be getting worse because of climate change, go ahead and make the Republicans majority. They're going to do away with a lot of our environmental protections. They did already. And they'll do it again. So if you're okay without addressing climate change, then that's not on you. If you young people who are old enough for vote are too damn lazy to get up and save your democracy, because I'm 58, I don't have much longer on this earth. If you're too damn stupid to save your democracy, get out there and vote and save it. Then you're going to get what you deserve. Every last bit of it. And maybe, just maybe, after you've had to live with an autocracy, you'll decide it's time to do something. But you know what's going to be sad? When you finally wise up and decide it's time to do something, that something may come too late. Because once the Republicans get into office and start getting their autocracy going, your vote won't count. The Constitution won't be worth the paper it's wrote on. And your rights won't matter. The only thing that will matter is what the Republicans want. Their base won't even matter, because they will rig it so that no matter how this nation votes, they will win. And many of them have already admitted to that. So, I'm making my announcement now. Every person's vote does count. And you older people, like me, our time is almost up. We don't have much longer. 20, 30, maybe 40 years. I'm banking, for some of us, it's only 20 or 30 years. Those young ones, we got 50 and 60 years left. So our government is going to be theirs. If they're not willing to fight for it, if they're not willing to get up and get out there and vote for it, then let them have the government they want. I'm going to tell you one thing, it's going to be rough on us. Because we're going to lose our Social Security. Poorhouses will probably come back into season. Because that's the way the Republicans want it. And it's not just going to be the elderly stuck in them poorhouses starving. It's going to be anybody that can't find a job that pays them a wage that doesn't leave them in starvation. And let me tell you, when the Republicans get power and start changing things, there is not gonna be any wage limit. The only people that will be making a wage that allows them to survive are the ones that own the big businesses. And they're people that they put in charge. You workers on the line, might as well say goodbye to your homes now, because you're not gonna get paid enough to keep it. The Republicans gain control again. I'd suggest, if you've got a mortgage out on your house, forget about any special treats and Christmas presents and vacations and all that fun stuff. You buy your food, you make sure you have water, and you make sure you have one set of clothes for school, one for church, and one for play. Learn how to sew. Buy yourself a cow. Make yourself a garden. Because you're going to want to get that mortgage paid off. Because number one, you're not going to be making enough to pay that mortgage. And number two, the taxes on that house you own is going to go up. So you just might not be able to keep that house. Republicans have already said one of the things they want to do is raise taxes on the middle class, on the poor, because they don't make enough. They don't give enough in taxes. No, 25 to 30% of your income going into taxes is not enough. But, a big corporation paying zero in taxes is far too much for that corporation now, isn't it? You people need to wake up. And you young kids need to wake up. Because the Republicans get that power that they want. You think what Trump did was bad? It's going to get far worse. Far worse. And by the time you wake up, you may not have a say in what happens next. Because your vote isn't going to matter for nothing. You think the Republicans are suppressing your votes now? What do you think's going to happen if they gain it all that they had under Trump back? You better think about it. Before you lose it all. Because you're going to. If you don't wise up. Now, like I said, November 8th. If the Republicans gain the House and the Senate back, and start screwing this country over again, more than they already are right now since they got the power of the filibuster, I'm done. And I'm sure there's plenty more out there who feel like I do. That if you want your autocracy so damn ass fucking bad, you can have it. And if you young kids don't want it going that way, then you better get up off your lazy ass, get in there, and go register to vote. And start voting in your elections. Because once things get bad enough, I hear one of you complain. All I'm going to do when I get on Facebook is type across to you, hey, you wanted it. You got it. Couldn't get out there and vote, now could ya? You couldn't get your friends out there and vote, now could ya? You wanted it, you're gonna get it. And you give Republicans the majority again in the Senate, that is only going to tell me you wanted it. And I'm done. Why should I be fighting over it when you won't? Why should I fight for a democracy when you refuse to? If you're happy with 4th of July shootings that kill people, then go ahead and have it. All yours. You're happy with the fact that women are losing their right to their own medical decisions? You're happy that a 10-year-old child is going to be forced to give birth to the child of her molester? You're happy with all of that? First of all, this inflation is not on Biden. It is on Putin. Get that in your head. If you can't get that in your head, maybe you're too damn fucking stupid to live in a damn democracy. Putin Putin's control over gas, Putin's control over grains getting out from Ukraine, that's where your inflation is coming from. The largest part of it. The second part of it comes from a mismanaged pandemic. And Biden was not in charge of this country when that pandemic hit. Trump was. And if Trump would have been voted for a second term, it would have gotten way worse. We still would have been clawing back for jobs. So things opened up too fast and we had problems with the supply chain. That's already getting fixed. Biden has tried, and the Democrats have tried to do everything they can to fix this crap. But the Republicans have filibustered it all in the hopes that you will blame Biden and the Democrats so that you'll vote them out of office. And if you do, then that tells me you're too freaking stupid to deserve a democracy. That tells me you only deserve the autocracy you're fighting for. Because I'm sick and damn tired of it all. You don't even fucking pay attention to what's actually going on. You just say, oh, Biden's in charge. The Democrats have the majority, so it's got to be all their fault. No! It don't! Now, if the Democrats had a supermajority, and this was going on, then I'd say, yeah, blame them. But they don't. Now you're going to say, oh, but during Obama, they had a supermajority for 2 years. No, not really. They had it for 6 months. And guess what? They got the Affordable Care Act passed for you. Because during that portion of that 2 years, some of the Democrats weren't even in the Senate to do the voting. They were sick or there were several other problems. So they never had the supermajority except for 6 months worth that the Republicans had for 4 years. Actually 6 years. Why don't you give that to the Democrats? And see where they go with it. Give them 6 years of the supermajority. And see how much they get done. For the people. Not for the rich and big corporation. The Republicans keep pulling their crap because they know it works. Because you're too damn stupid to pay attention to what's going on. You're too damn stupid to listen to those of us who have been paying attention and telling you what's going on. So if you're going to be that damn stupid, then you're going to get what you deserve. And if your young ones are going to be too damn stupid to get up off your ass, register to vote, and get out there and vote, then you're going to get what you deserve. And people like me are going to have enough. And we're going to give up. We're going to be done with this shit. Because we are sick and tired of seeing these people get shot. We are sick and tired of watching the Republicans filibuster bill after bill after bill that is meant to help us. And that would help us. So you don't want to make things better? You don't want to get out there and vote? You don't want to do what's needed? You don't want to register to vote? You want to just make the excuse, oh, my vote won't count for anything. Of course your vote won't count if you don't cast it before it's too late. If enough of us get out there and start voting these Republicans out, there's no way they can block us. But we don't get out there. That's why their tricks work. Because you're too damn lazy. Or you got too many damn excuses for why you don't vote. And then you complain when everything's all fucked up. That's on nobody but you. Nobody but you. If you didn't get out there and vote, that's on nobody but you. Why do you think that the Republicans have been pushing so many more voter suppression laws? Because there was record turnout in 2020. And they know that they need more voter suppression laws to be able to counter that turnout. Get up, get off your butt, and get out there and vote. Or get what you deserve.